Hello, welcome back to school. So Vita Omnis. This is just gonna be a little update, nothing real major. Um, it's way past my bedtime, but I want to do like a quick update before I forget everything I'm doing. So, we went through, well, we didn't really go through the homework that I posted. He just said that it all was okay. I just kind of went through, like, I have this notebook, which is, like, really cheap. And I'm writing out all of my Latin assignments in here so that I have writing practice. And also so I can learn, the macrons and stuff. So, I think there's another page. So, I've been writing that out, the past several days. Like, I know Saturday I worked on it. I just finished it up today. And then I think I worked on it Friday, but I'm not sure. But it's just been a little project I've been working on. But so we on last week, I don't know where that thing is. Here it is. We did some what are those stupid things called? Prepositions. We did prepositions, and I pretty much wrote them all down because although some of them I kind of knew, I didn't like know either the case or something, so I just wrote the whole kit and caboodle down. On top of that, he threw in another English definition for cine. No, is it cine? No, it was a or ob. Yeah, I'm learning them both, although he is not requiring it, but I am just because I do see it in other Latin text. But he says to add in there not only from, but away, because I think in odd, he has toward in to, so he just threw in the away, probably to make it more complete, which totally makes sense. So this is what we did on Thursday, whatever day that was. So the day we did a bunch of Latin review with prepositions. So I still have the 25 English to Latin and 25 Latin to English prepositions to write out. I haven't done those yet. I've been like looking through them and kind of seeing, mentally writing them, not mentally writing them, but mentally going through them, but I haven't really had time to really just sit down and write them up. So I'm hoping to get that done tomorrow. I'm not gonna get to it today. I'm not gonna get to it today. I was hoping to get to that yesterday. I don't know. But none of that turned out. I basically had a 2-hour long conference. Well, I wouldn't say it's a conference, but it was an interruption that somebody needed just an ear to drop a bunch of stuff on, and so they chose my ear to drop a bunch of their garbage on. So 2 hours later, I'm like, okay, now I can at least try to do something before I fall asleep. So yeah, my whole afternoon kind of got kiboshed by that. But I did at least write up the rest of my Latin things in my little notebook here. And I did make an attempt to go through some of those questions, the extra practice stuff. I'm thinking tomorrow I might write them up on the marker board in the Latin room, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I'll have to see how things go. We do have class tomorrow, and they've got chapel tomorrow too. I don't like to go in there when they've got chapel. Shoot. It kind of throws my whole day off. I mean, since they've started school, I just have not been good about going in because they have school. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on. So I'm just gonna kind of let things be, and I'm just gonna crawl into bed because I'm really, really tired. I think we're doing a lot of brailing tomorrow, but I'm not sure. Actually, if memory serves me correct, we don't start class until later. So I get to sleep in a little bit, which is nice. But yeah, so that's kind of what's going on with Latin updates and things like that. So hopefully I can get those 50 things done tomorrow and hopefully have a better handle on the prepositions, because I think he's going into second declension, which I should be familiar with second declension because we did go through second declension at least in first form. I do remember it in first form. Lingua Latina, I think we touched a little bit on everything. It's really hard to tell what I covered in that grammatically wise because it was just all over the map. So, that's kind of how that was. So, but I do remember first form, definitely going through second declension. I'm hoping we can move back into the adjectives because I'd like to redo that adjective or whatever that quiz thing for 17 and kind of get that book done. I think it'd be really cool if I got that book done. Because I'm looking in like the second book, and they've got prepositions in there, they've got pronouns, they've got like more in depth of the other declensions. They have the IO thing in there. I think that's part of a declension or a conjugation, I forget. But they've got more stuff in there, and I want to like start getting into it. But I've been hearing them and coming across this sort of stuff, but I don't know what's going to happen. So we'll just have to see what happens once we get past the prepositions and the declensions, or second declension. Maybe he'll throw in adjectives. I don't know. Or maybe he might go back to verbs. Like, because we've only covered one of the sentence, like, tenses. We've only covered the present tense. So, I think he said he might go back to verbs, but I don't know. Alright, so that's kind of what's going on with Latin. I'm gonna go to bed and hopefully get caught up on my sleep. And while I'm sleeping, you guys can take a peek at what I wrote up on the board for all of my homework because I didn't post my still pictures. I'm thinking now that I'm taking still pictures, I'll just post those at the end. And that way, I mean, you guys can learn from my errors. And yeah, so I'm just gonna post all of my, I think it's from my chapter 2 assignments, because I did post my chapter 1, which is really weird. Speaking of chapter 1, this is really funny. I was going through and I was marking them in my little notebook here. What I had written was not what I said. So some of them are like totally wrong in that what I said was not what I wrote. Like, I don't know, it's really, really weird. I think when I wrote them, I was like half asleep, but I think the verbal answers were correct, but I don't know. I'll have to be more careful about making sure that my answers line up, because I've been known to do that. Like, I would verbally say something and then I would like write out the answers later, and it'd be like two totally different things. So yeah. But these are the actual pictures from my chapter 2 assignments dealing with the first declension and prepositions. So I hope you enjoy, and we'll chit chat with you later. Valete, valete, valete. It won't turn off. Oh no. Did it go off? No, it didn't go off yet. No. Hold on. I'll make it stop. Please like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget, ring the notification bell for all notifications.